Satnam, I'm Nirvair Singh Khalsa, and here we are in April, and spring is really in full bloom now. And so it's time to actually practice a Kriya that is really designed to bring you into this state that we've been talking about these last few months of shunya. So you have that, generally speaking, it spreads out into your regular life so that your shunya, your ability to be still, to live in the present moment, to set aside the ego, to not fall into the past, to not to go in the future, to have yourself in that place that it spreads out into your life. And once that happens, your fragrance happens. In other words, not only do you become more content within yourself, and this is called Kriya for contentment, you become content more in yourself. That spreads kind of like the fragrance of a rose to everyone around you. You create a better, happier, more calm and relaxed environment within your own self and with everybody around you. And so, once again, I recommend that you go to the Yogi Bhajan Library of Teachings to practice along with the class in Yogi Bhajan as he did this. This was done on March 12, 2001. It's so interesting to really see him, because last month you watched him in 1979, and here you're going to watch him in 2001, where he's getting close to the end of his life. And so this was done in Espanola, and this is actually a little bit longer. Normally we do 11 minutes. Now, you could make this 11 minutes if you want to, but the way he practiced it in class was it's 22 minutes total. The first part is 10 minutes, second part 11 minutes, and then there's 1 minute of being in that meditative still state called shunya. And so you could cut these down if you want to. You could do 5 minutes, or 5.5 minutes of the first one, 5.5 minutes of the second part, and then that 1 minute of shunya at the end. And so we'll do the tune and mantra, Ong Namo Gurudev Namo, and we'll chant this 3 times on a breath. And then the mudra for this is very specific, right? You're going to take your right hand and you're going to separate the fingers and you're going to make them stiff like steel. But you're going to have your arm against the side. So this is like facing your chest and collarbone. It's an interesting mudra. And then the left hand is going to be on the heart center. You're going to have your eyes closed and you're going to do breath of fire. And you do a constant breath of fire so that you mentally, with every breath, and this is breath of fire, you mentally chant Had with every breath, mentally. And so you're saying Had, 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 Had. You're doing your breath of fire pace. But remember to keep these fingers stiff and straight. And then right at the end, you're going to inhale deeply and you're going to make everything stiff, your fingers, and everything, and you really stretch up your spine. And you're going to hold that and then exhale, and you're going to do that 3 times. That's the end of the first part. The second part, what you're going to do is you're going to have the fingers together and you're going to have the thumbs up like this, and you're going to rotate your hands at the heart center in an outward motion with rhythm. And you're going to do that to the Tantric Had. And you can play the Tantric Had, which you probably have, or you can get it on SeekNet or any number of places. But you keep the rhythm of the heart, whatever you think the rhythm is. When you see the class and you look around, some people are going fast in rhythm, some people are going slow in rhythm, this kind of thing. Whatever it is, you become rhythmic as you chant the mantra Had. So, like this. Had, 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 Had. And so, that part, for a third of the time you're going to do out loud. For a third of the time you're going to whisper. and then silently you're going to mentally chant it, but you keep the rhythm going as you mentally chant. So really do this if you're not going to practice, with the class in the Library of Teachings, is really set a timer so you know when these times, so you know when to switch, so that you're not always kind of looking at the clock. And right at the end, you place your hands at the heart center and you go into that place of stillness, of shunya. And you press hard on the heart center and you think few thoughts. Don't let the ego intrude, and you just be to be at this moment in time and space. And the action of these two parts is going to just gently escort you into that wonderful still place. And then afterwards, 3 times you finish and you break by stretching yourself up, and then you're done. And so we're going to practice this so that you can actually become involved in really a state of being where you're not in the past, you're not in the future, that you can manifest the contentment that's within. As Yogi Bhajan said during the video itself, is you're young now, you're 30, 40, some of you might be 50. And he said, but you have to realize that when you get to be my age, there is absolutely nothing to do. All there is to be. And so you have to practice that zero, that nothingness, because you've come from zero, you go to zero. And why not be in that place? Because when you're in that place of emptiness, you allow the universe to work for you, and you work in concert, in partnership with the flow of the universe. Let's do this in April. Sat Nam.